Okay. Hi, OJ Inspires here. Like I always do, short YouTube videos to inspire into the things of God, Christ like 24/7 while I wait for you to come online. I posted yesterday I was supposed to go online to share with you something God has laid in my heart. But this I want to apologize. I didn't go online when I said I was going to. So, but here I am. So, there's a lot I want to share with you, but this evening I'm gonna thank you, Victor. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna try to make it light as possible. I hope you're hearing me, and I'm gonna be talking to you about something today called work and prayer. So I'll be teaching from Nehemiah 1. If you have your Bibles, you can turn with me. We'll start from verse 3. They who survive me, those who survive the exile and are able to come back in the provenance are in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down, and the gates have been burnt with fire. When I heard these things, I sat down and wept for some days. I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. Then I said, Lord, the God of heaven, the great and awesome God, who keeps his covenant of love with those who love him and keep his covenant, let your ears be attentive with your eyes open to hear the prayers your servant is praying before you day and night for your servant, the people of Israel. I confess my sins. We Israelites, including myself, my father, family, have committed against you. We have acted very wickedly towards you. We have not obeyed the commandment, decrees, and the law you gave your servant Moses. Remember the instruction you gave your servant Moses, saying, if you are unfaithful, I will scatter you amongst the nation. But if you return to me and obey my commandment, then, even then, if the exiles, even then, if your exiled people are in the safest horrible, I will gather them from here and bring them to the place I have chosen as a dwelling for my nation, and they are your servants and your people, whom you redeemed, and your great strength and your mighty hands. Lord, your ears be attentive to the prayer of these servants, not to the prayer of your servants who delight in preserving your name. Give your servant success today by granting him favor in the presence of this man. Okay, Nehemiah, we all know in the Bible, was a cupbearer for the king. He bears a cup that the king uses to drink wine or juice or whatever that thing is. And on this day, the king noticed that Nehemiah's countenance wasn't right. So he asked him, he said, why are you sad? What's going on? Nehemiah was afraid, but God gave him confidence. He told the king why he was sad. He told the king he wanted to go back to his hometown, Jerusalem, and rebuild the city walls, which has been burned down and destroyed over the years, the land of his ancestors. So the king granted him audience to go, granted permission to go and build the walls and everything. So Nehemiah, having prayed to God, went over to Jerusalem, decided to gather people, to start rebuilding the walls. And we found out that when he decided to go back to rebuild the walls, people were speaking against him. Many people laughed at him. They were like, oh, what do you think you're doing? You want to rebuild these walls? These walls have fallen down. It's not going to make any sense. This wall is not going to work and all that. But he knew what he was going to do. And the thing is, he already put everything in the hands of God before he set sail. So while he was trying to mobilize people to build these walls, people were speaking against him. People were doing all sorts. And you find out that Nehemiah did something. Nehemiah was always focused on God. Nehemiah prayed. If we look at Nehemiah 2 verse 18, it says, I also told them about the gracious hand of my God on me and what the king had said to me. They replied, let us start rebuilding. So they began this work. He said, why they began this work, people were coming to say, what are you doing? You find out in life that when you're on the right path, I know the year is just starting, When you're on the right path, when you set your mind to do something, there will always be negativity, there will always be doubt, there will always be discouragement, there will always be people speaking against you, there will always be people trying to say you're not doing something right, there will always be people saying this thing you're doing is stupid, it doesn't make sense. But he said that, and Nehemiah answered them, I answered them by saying, the God of heaven will give us success. Because people came to him and said, you will not be successful, just forget it, this thing you're doing is not going to work, it's senseless, it's not going to happen, how can you rebuild this wall, it's not going to work. But because Nehemiah put his trust in God, in the midst of negativity, he kept on working. It got to a point people will go to the workers and mock them. People send words. People try to, to divide them. People try to bring in situations, try to bring in stories and say, okay, to make him, lose focus on that thing he was doing. But the thing is, he kept his focus. We come to a point whereby sometimes in life you have to be persistent. I know the year just started out, and sometimes we already have goals and achievement which we plan that we're going to do this year. But at the point we're still in January, we're finding ourselves being confused, being brought down by people's negativity and people's words and people's reaction to that thing which you say we want to do. But let's look at the life of Nehemiah. Nehemiah had this opposition. He even had more. He had the situation whereby people tried to set him up, but he maintained one focus. His focus was to build the temple, was to build the walls of Jerusalem back again. And you find out that even as he maintained the focus, oppositions were coming, but he found out that he couldn't do it by himself. He was always going back to God in prayer. He was always going back to God to tell God, it is not me. It is by your will, it's by your strength, it's by your ability. The fact that he was going back to God in prayer gave him the courage, gave him hope, gave him strength. Brothers and sisters, I want to encourage you today that whatever you are doing, don't lose hope, don't give up. It's not over. It might just seem like you're just starting, it doesn't make sense. God is with you. I assure you today, whatever it is, as long as you keep running back to God, as long as you put God before you. The first video I did this year, I said, let us set God in front of us. When you set God in front of you, you don't look back, you don't look at the side, because believe you me, in the midst of your faith, there will be negativity. God gave us faith. He didn't give us faith. He didn't give us opinions. People have opinions. People have things they will say to you. But believe you me, maintain your focus. Keep looking at that path that he has called you to. And as long as you keep looking unto God, the author and the finisher of your faith, he will make you a success in that thing that you set out to do. It's not going to be easy. He never promised you that it's going to be that easy. There will be hard times. There will be times where you feel like giving up. There will be times where you feel like, rejection. There will be times where you feel like you want to start, working with the opinions of people. Believe you me, in the Bible days, Abraham was a man of faith. That doesn't mean he didn't have opinion. He didn't have doubts. Even when God said, give me your son. Yes, he summoned faith, to decide that, okay, I'm going to give God my son, without all odds, like, how can this God take my son? But we have to look to the fact that God is God. As long as you give him your all, you're no longer living for yourself. You're no longer determined for yourself. Your success lies in the hands of God. So I just want to urge us today, let's be like Nehemiah. It got to a point when chapter 4, it says here, the workers were wanting to give up. But Nehemiah went back to God. He said, here is our God, for we are despised, turned their insult. People were insulting them. People will insult you. People will say you're crazy. I mean, let's draw conclusion from, I know it's not all that good, but the present president of the United States, Donald Trump, I mean, he started out, he had negativity. He had a whole lot, Sometimes I see on my timeline, people are like, okay, if Donald Trump can do this, I can do this. It's not by your might. You see this man standing out there, saying all kind of things. It may not make sense. But believe you me, when the hand of God is upon your life, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you say stuff. God is going to make everything work out for your good. So I just want to encourage you with this short word today, like I always do. Keep hanging in there. It's not over. You're starting strong. Negativity will come. I was discussing with someone before I came online a while ago, and he shared something with me. He was like, there was a post I made some days ago about Moses understood the defense